Hello everyone and welcome to part 4 of my updated coloring book collection and completed coloring pages video. I'm going to continue on with the Amazon printed coloring books I left off with the ones I self-published, and I'm going to pick up and continue on with the books that I have multiple of from a particular artist or entity. And then I'll go on to ones where I just have a single one, or that artist only has one sometimes. But first off, I have Nice Little Town Christmas 2 by Tatiana Bogema-Stolova. I only have a couple of her books. She has quite a few Nice Little Town books out, but I've only committed to a couple of them. I thought this Christmas one was cute and magical, and I don't know. I don't have as many Christmassy winter ones, so that's why I picked this one out of her books to color. That one is pretty cute. And then the other one I have of hers is Nice Little Town 4. This one I liked. So this one has a lot of like covers from her other books / bonus images. Like almost half of the book. Yeah. Okay, so maybe like a third. Oh. Yeah, about a third of the book is just illustrations from her other books. But this one I liked the most out of her Nice Little Town books when I bought it at the time. I still haven't colored in it. This is the picture that sold me. If I'm completely honest, I probably only bought this book because of this picture right here. This is so cute. I mean, there's other cute ones. Like that one's pretty cute too, but I really, really liked that image. So that'll probably be the first one that I color in this book. Next up, I have Camelia Angelkova. I only have a few of hers. She also is a very prolific artist, so she has a lot, and they're really cute. But you can't have them all. Like, yeah. So this is just some of her books. So yeah, she has quite a few. This one, yeah, 50 Diminutive Countryside Scenes is really cute. I've colored a couple pictures in here. This one I colored last year with alcohol markers and Brutfuner pencils. And they're just really simple, but really cute. This one I also colored last year with alcohol marker and Brutfuner pencils. I love how this one turned out. It's very bright and happy and just feels like you're on a farm. This is a work in progress, which I forgot I had that, so I need to put that in my stack of books with pictures I need to work on. So I just based it in alcohol markers, and that's pretty much all I've done. But these ones are nice because you could just straight color and it will still look very nice. So yeah, there's 50 unique images. So that's countryside scenes, and diminutive means small, in case anyone was wondering. The next step, I have 50 Lovely Gnomes. I have colored one in here. For some reason I didn't think I had. This one is cute. There's so many gnome books out now. This one, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cute. It reminded me a lot of the dwarves. So this is one I colored last year with alcohol markers and Brutfuner pencils. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. Just really quick color. Didn't spend too much time on it or anything, but yeah, I'm excited to color more in here. And then the other one I have is 50 Christmas Elves, because I'm trying to 50 Christmas Elves. So I have more Christmas books, and this one was a pretty cute with all the different little elves, Santa's elves and Christmas elves. And this one looks like it would be just really quick coloring again. So, yeah. And her books are in the more affordable price. Yeah, they're in the lower end price range, which is nice. Right, next up, I have a couple books by Karen Sue Chen, and these ones are so cute. Okay, I'll do this one, Enchanted. I think this one is one of her first, like, it's earlier than the other one. She has a couple others that she's released since, I believe. This one kind of has some similar flavors to another book I have by Coco Wyo, where it's kind of random. But yeah, really interesting line work and concepts, so I thought this one was kind of fun. Yeah, so that's Enchanted, very whimsical. And then Secret Worlds, I love this one. I think it is so cute. I bought this back last year, kind of around when was it last year? I think it was the year before, or maybe beginning of last year. I think it was end of 2021. I got really into like Tiny Little Worlds, and so I saw this one. I was like, I have to have it. So I have colored this one. I colored this one last year. It's this cute ice cream cone little bakery, and it's got some macarons in there, and it's really cute. I think I maced it in alcohol marker and then shaded with Fruit Funer pencils, and I think maybe some pastel pencils as well. But yeah, I love the bright pink strawberry ice cream. And yeah, they're just all these different little worlds. Yeah, like a watermelon swimming pool. It's just fun, very unique. I love books that are more out of the box and unique and just quirky. And this fits the bill. Alright. I think these are the last ones that I have that are just by one artist. So this is Bennett Klein. He hasn't really put anything out lately. These are older books. So if you have been in the coloring community for a while, you will know about these books, but perhaps if you're newer, this might be kind of something that you haven't seen, because I haven't really seen a lot of people purchase these lately or even color in them, which is totally understandable because the amount of detail in these is just astronomical. Like, it's grayscale, but look at that. It's amazing. If you color these just with alcohol markers, you can get away, like, the grayscale is shaded in such a way that you don't really have to do much. So this is one I colored, and I based it in alcohol marker, and then I used one pencil, and I just shaded in where he had added the folds and shading, and it did not take very long, but it just looks so cool. Excuse me. And then this rose, kind of the same thing. So it's really intimidating, the detail, but the way that he shades everything, it makes learning, like, if you're wanting to learn how to shade, get his books and put the darks where he has his darks and shade it out, and it's really good for learning that kind of thing. Like this fabric right here, if you want to learn how to shade fabric, pretty much anything you want to learn how to shade better, you can find. I love this picture so much. I really want to do that, but I don't know if I want to make him look like he has a realistic face or if he's like a statue gnome. So that's what's holding me back. But yeah, he has 25 pictures in each of his books. So that was Epic. This one is Characters. And this is so fun because each of the different characters has a name, and they're so fun. There's just so much personality. This one's based on Monty Python, I believe. So, really fun. I need to color in these more because they're just, yeah, like this koala. That's awesome. I love it. I don't think I've colored in this book, and I love this one so much. That's probably why I'm always afraid of ruining my books, which is fine. It's okay to mess up. Keep having to remind myself of that. Okay, this one is Unearthed. I really like this one. He has, I think, like 8 books, maybe 10. They're all grayscale like this. Yeah, I love this bunny rabbit. And just, yeah, it's just really unique. Okay, this is one I started back when I first began coloring. And I had done this green and this part of the dress, and then last year I finally finished the dress, and you can kind of tell the difference because this is from when I first started coloring, and it's kind of muted, and then this one is a lot more vibrant, and you can just see the folds of the fabric better. So it's a good like progress comparison. And then I did the foxes for last year also, and I think I used like 4 different like oranges and browns, and I think it turned out so pretty. I love how the fur turned out. So I finally have another Bennett Klein picture finished. And then next is Color My Sketchbook. This is the original. I think I've started one in here. This one is really, really detailed, which is probably why I have only started one. This one kind of has a combination of grayscale and more just line art a little bit. Yeah. So this is the one that I started, and I started with Prismacolor, which was kind of a mistake because if you're not careful, they can get kind of muddy, and that's kind of what started happening, so I gave up on it. But I think now that I have a little bit more practice under my belt, I could, and I've only like fully shaded this part of the octopus, so I think that I could get away with making the rest of this pop a little bit more, and I think it'll be really cool when it's done. So maybe I'll add this to my I need to work on this soon list. So that is Bennett Klein. Alright, now for just the single random books that I have. This one is Crittersville. It's a more recently acquired book. I think it's so cute. Yeah, they're just all these different characters that are different animals that are doing just daily things. I love this one little birthday party. So cute. It is pretty detailed, but that's okay. Oh, I just love it. There's one, this one I really love. I love all of them, but this one. This one. So usually there will be like, I try to only buy books where I know I'm going to want to color at least half of the book, or the whole book. I love all of the pictures. But usually when I watch flip throughs, there's pictures that I'm like, okay, I really like this book, and then ones that seal the deal for me, and this is one of them. I don't know why. I just think it has potential to be really pretty because it already is. And yeah, just so cute. So anyways, that is Crittersville. This one was given to me by my sister. It is The First Christmas by Ruth Sanderson. It is a grayscale coloring book. And it's so pretty. So I'm excited to color in this one next Christmas time. Some of these I could probably get away with coloring just whenever. Yeah. Like, yeah. But it's so pretty and very soft grayscale. I love Ruth Sanderson's artwork. Yeah. So that is The First Christmas. Next, I have a book by The Coloring Hive. The artist is Anna Dolenina. And I have some PDFs of hers. I love her art style. So these are different goddesses, and there's a description about each goddess, and then the picture. Oh, sorry, I can't. There we go. And I love how she draws her hair. It's just so pretty. So I keep forgetting that I have this one, because usually when I want to color this artist's work, I go to my PDFs and I forget that I have this one. So yeah, just so pretty. Yeah, I want to get more books that are by The Coloring Hive. One thing that I really appreciate that they do is that they give the artist credit. That to me is very important. So yeah, and it's a very thick book. Part of it is because you get the description, but it's also nice that they have a swatch section right there on a site that is not going to be, too negatively affected if you use a marker on there or something, and just a place to take notes of how you colored an image. I really like that. Alright, next up is Ladies of Leisure by Zan Von Zed. I want more of her books, but I can't have everything. These are all grayscale. I think she might have some that are line art, but for the most part they're grayscale. Very soft grayscale. Very pretty. I've thought about, like, what if I did all of the characters as like gingers? That might be fun. But this is one that I was a whip for a really long time, and then I finally finished it last year. I added Arteza gel pen for the white embellishments to make her dress pop a little bit more, because it kind of felt a little bit muddy, and I think that really helped. And then I believe I shaded with Prismacolor pencils on top of the alcohol marker base. And her books are really great for learning where to shade things as far as skin goes, because she does very softly shade. So that's really nice for learning. And then this is one that I did a couple years ago. This one really, I was inspired by Anne with an E, Anne of Green Gables, the books, because she like reads that tragic poem and lives in the water, so it feels like she's being dramatic. I don't know. So that is that one. Next up is Molly Harrison. This is a collection of several of her books. This one I did last year and it was a big fat fail. So yeah, not everything works out, but I was trying to experiment with alcohol, ink and like rubbing alcohol. Or was it, maybe it was alcohol marker and then alcohol. I don't know. I was experimenting. Experiment did not work, is what I learned. But these ones are so precious, so cute. This is one, right. Yeah. This is one I did last year around Easter. Very cute pastel. I had a big pastel phase last year. But yeah, it's mostly like the Halloween and the fairy ones. I can't remember which other ones. Whimsical World and Whimsical Spring, I guess. This is when I started with watercolor pencil and it just haven't finished it. This is one I did a couple years ago. I love this one. The colors I think just look really nice together. It's alcohol marker and then polychromos shaded on top. And yeah, so there's a lot in here. This is one I did a couple years ago also. The beginning of my pastel phase. I'm still in my pastel phase in case you're wondering. But I added in these lines to the background because essentially my alcohol marker died while I was coloring it, and so I wanted to make it look like, okay, well, it's a cloudy sky, so I added in all of these lines to kind of distract from the blotchy background. I tend to do that a lot. This one, I was so sad. I forgot to put the paper behind it, but it turned out really cute. This cute little angel, and I like made my own glitter glue with glitter and some glue. And it's kind of purpley blue, really pretty. Goes really well with the pink. So yeah, that's everything I colored in there. So I like these like big books. I know there's a couple other artists who've done this where they've made a compilation book, which is nice because then I only have to buy one instead of multiple, so it makes me feel better because then I'm not buying 5 books, I'm only buying 1 book. Alright, speaking of big books, this one is just fashion coloring book. There's like not really any reference to who published it or drew it, and it's just a bunch of different fashion. So this is one I colored last year, practicing skin tone. Learned certain colors can make you look green. So this is just for like a quick sit down color experiments and good for practicing different skin tones or coloring fabric. I think I have another one in here. I don't know, but oh yeah, this one right here. And this one was another one where I was trying to learn how to do skin, and she looks really purple. So it's good to have a book like this where I can kind of mess up and it's not as like big of a deal. Alright, this one is Delightful Time by Paisan. They have multiple books out now and an Etsy shop, and oh, their books are so cute! So adorable. They're all grayscale. There's 24, and it's just so precious. So precious. Reminds me of like more vintage kind of pictures, like storybooks. So really cute. Very soft grayscale, which is nice for when you want to learn how to shade, but you don't want your pictures to look super muddy. Next up is Healing Crystals by Durian Addict. She also has a Coloring Heaven book, so that's the one I've colored in. I haven't colored in this one, but the hair is so beautiful. Yeah. Next up, and that one was sent to me to review by her. This one is a fashion coloring book sent on sneakers, sent by Bye Bye Studio. So it's just various sneakers, and then there's like images of people styling them. So if you like shoes, you would like this book. So it's fun. Next up I have Fruity Chibi by Color Kick. I want to get more Color Kick books someday, but this one I felt like was good to start with. They're chibi girls that are themed with different fruits. So like she has bananas and coconut and cherries. Yeah, just really cute. And I don't think this one has any duplicates, which is nice because it's a pretty. Oh, it does have duplicates. Never mind. So that way it takes the pressure off of messing up. But like Kiwi Girl, it's just so cute. So that's pretty thick because it's got doubles. I think that's where it starts. Right, next up is Plantita by Ina Bolino. I think she might have more out. It's a flower ink and punny coloring book. And yeah, it's all about plants. So this is one I colored last year. And I had a lot of fun with it, with the colors and practicing darker skin tones. I love the color of her coat. I think it's based in the Staedtler water-based markers. Yeah, so that was fun. I think this came out looking just like a bronzy gold. Very pretty. Just all sorts of different plants. I love this one. So if you're a plant person, succulent person, you don't need this book in your life. So yeah. And there's no duplicates, and it's a pretty decent sized coloring book. Next up, I have Jade Summer Chibi Girls. Can you believe I only have one Jade Summer coloring book? Well, I used to have two, but I passed that one down because I just wasn't coloring in it. So this one I've based in alcohol marker, so I just need to shade everything. And this one is really cute. It is a heavier grayscale, so it does kind of look a little bit muddy. But yeah, it's just different chibi girls doing different things. Wait, I think there's one right there. Yeah. So this one is, I did a couple Easters ago. And I usually, in these ones, will base everything in alcohol marker and then shade softly. This is one that I didn't end up shading anywhere. I did shade with my alcohol markers in the hair because I wanted to practice like doing hair with alcohol markers. This is the only time it actually worked for me. But everything else is not shaded, it's just the grayscale, so you can definitely get away with not shading. This is another one that I did. I don't think I colored in this one at all last year, now that I think about it. This one I did a couple Halloweens ago. And yeah, so really cute. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost at the end of the Amazon books. This one is Animal Town coloring book. This one is by Coloring Book Cafe. It reminds me a lot of the other animal coloring book I showed at the beginning of this video, but it is a little bit different style. I colored this one a couple years ago, just the tortoise and the hare. I thought it was cute that they were helping each other. But yeah, really precious. So cute. I don't know what it is about animals doing human things. Ooh. Oh, sorry, there's a bug. And then it has these little mini images right here. Next up is The Fantastic World of Brothers Grimm by Forrest Diver. This is a bit of an older book, but I love Forrest Diver's drawing style. This is published by Julia Rivers. I don't know if they've really done anything too lately though. So I have colored a couple pictures from here. This is one that I did last year, which is Rose Red and Snow White, which is why she's red and she's white with her clothes. And I believe I based things in alcohol marker and then shaded with Brute Funer pencils. And my alcohol markers kept dying on me. My green died on me, and then the brown died on me, which it just added to the effect of the fur, but still, it was kind of stressful. But I love the colors and just how bright everything is. And I just love this art style. It is really unique. This is when I started. I need to save her hair. This is one of my early attempts at shading with hair with alcohol markers. There's a reason I gave up. This one was a buddy color with Elm Colors a couple of years ago, which is Sleeping Beauty. And I did the blue flowers and the pink dress as a nod to the Disney film where the fairies fight over the pink and blue. So yeah, that's why it's pink and blue. I want to color more pictures in here. It's just so pretty. Okay, let's see. Next up, I have Color Questopia. This is a highlight reel, so essentially it has pictures from multiple books, and it has like the color scheme that you use for the numbers. It's one of the few colored by numbers I have. I'm coloring this one from start to finish. Some of these I followed the color scheme, and others I just have picked my own like random colors. So this one I followed the colors. They're a little bit out there, but that's fine because it's just the act of coloring. So this one I just randomly grabbed colors or had my kids pick colors for me. But yeah, it just is weird. I don't know how I feel about their color schemes for these pictures. It just, I don't know. With crayons it doesn't look as bad, I will say. But I think maybe the markers are just too bright. So yeah, that's that one. Someday I will finish it. Next up is Storybook Darlings by Kelly Horton. She also has PDFs available, which I have one of her PDFs, I believe. So she has like these in the back of each of the characters. So yeah, these are just based on different fairy tale characters. Kind of reminds me a little bit of... Oh, why am I just not remembering names today? She's a very famous artist that has some comic books. Very iconic eyes. It's gonna haunt me. I can't remember. So there's that. It is a little disappointing that this much of the book is just the face, but I wonder if it's so that you can practice your color schemes and what you want to do for their hair before you actually color it. Alright, next up is In Love. This is a coloring book put out by Rachel Mintz. This publisher has quite a few different coloring books. This one is really cute. It's very soft, very grayscale, very like vintage. I just think it's so cute. Oh, there's so many books I need to color in so little time. This one is a little bit on the thinner side, which is fine, because then it's easier to finish it, right? Alright, last but not least is Doodle Invasion. As this is published under Ziflin, but it's illustrated by Kirby Rosanes. This is kind of a Easter egg book of his, I guess you could say, where you have to be a really big Kirby Rosanes fan to like know that this one exists, I guess, because this was before he really got published and popular. This is the only picture I've colored because it's so many doodles and my brain goes from here to here to here to here to here. Can't pick what to color first. So, but it's really fun to look at. Really cool. It's very similar to his first couple books, Imagination. The Imagination one and the Animorphia and Imagimorphia are very doodly like this, but not like this doodly. So anyways, let me know which of these books I showed you was your favorite that maybe you feel inspired to color it again, or that you added to your cart. I love to hear stuff like that. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Happy coloring!